Hello ladies and gents, Ghost here, welcome back to some more Battlefront. Today I wanted to discuss one of my favourite weapons in the game and my personal favourite loadout for smaller maps and game modes, and that is the CA-87 blaster, which is essentially the shotgun of the game. This thing is absolutely devastating, and if you haven't tried it, I really recommend giving it a go. Although I haven't seen too many people using this weapon, maybe the warped description it has stating it's quote-unquote near useless in medium to long ranges puts people off. I know it put me off initially until I realised that this statement was entirely inaccurate and it is actually incredibly capable of two-shotting people at medium ranges, as you will see over and over again in the footage here. That being said, I don't recommend bringing this to a wide open map on a game mode like Supremacy, since most of the time you'll be encountering your foe at medium to long ranges. But all of those game modes that you played on the small map versions, so Blast, Cargo, Drop Zone and Droid Run, this blaster will do incredibly well there. Now that's not to say that you aren't going to run into any sticky situations. You can get caught out in the open, in the middle of the map, and that's where the loadout comes in. I'm using the jetpack, which honestly is almost an essential star card for doing well with this weapon. You can duke your opponent so many times in order to close the gap and then just blast them in the face. Or it can be used like in a defensive manner, or even simply to get to some higher ground. Now I'm also using the impact grenade here. That's not really set in stone. It doesn't matter too much what card you take in your other hand. You can go with the smoke nades if you're playing something more objective based. All of this footage is from Blast, so I went with the impact grenade. I haven't gotten round to unlocking the flashbang yet, but I can imagine that being pretty potent when comboed with the CA-87, but I would definitely take some sort of a grenade. Most of the other stuff, like homing shot, pulse cannon, etc., it's all a bit sort of long range friendly, and this loadout is all about running and gunning. Now as for the middle slot, I would say cooling cell will be your best friend here. Obviously, shotguns generally are quite skill based. They're high risk reward. If you miss your first shot, chances are you're going to die. That being said, this blaster can only fire 3 times in quick succession before it overheats, and it'll often take you 2 shots to down one enemy. So if you're going on some epic flank and run into 3 or 4 guys, you're going to be thankful you brought the cooling cell. I do have to say that explosive shot sounds rather enticing, and I'll give that a go once I unlock it, but I have a feeling I'll end up coming back to the reliability that cooling cell provides. And lastly, I'm using the scout trait, which means you'll stay off the scanner whilst you sprint around trying to flank people. From there, it's not that hard to go on a small streak and get to level 2, which means you'll be invisible on the scanner even when firing. And if you manage to get to the 3rd level, you'll reset your blaster's cooldown whenever you get a kill. Those 3 things are really going to assist you when you're flanking the enemy, and that's what you really want to do. You can tell the general direction of the enemy from your scanner, so what you want to do is flank all the way around the edge of the map until they're to your side or even behind you, and then come in from their side or get right behind them and wreak havoc. You'll also notice that I've chosen to play in first person, which is a little controversial at the moment. The majority seem to think that third person is way better than first and gives you a huge advantage, but I think otherwise. Honestly, for this type of weapon where you're literally going to be right in the face of your opponent and you're running around between cover a lot, I find things much easier to keep track of in first person. Not only that, but you've got a bigger target to hit, which is really important with a blaster like this. So there you have it guys, the CA-87 blaster. Give it a go and let me know what you think in the comments. And just quickly before I go, I know a lot of you have chosen not to purchase Battlefront and probably subscribed here for Battlefield. Don't worry, there will be more Battlefield content coming soon. As always, thank you ever so much for watching my videos guys, I do appreciate it. Have a great day, and I will see you guys next time.